Good morning, guys. Wandering Beast here, and got a package that showed up today, and it's from Dieselsite 203. You probably know them a lot for some of their wicked wheels and some of their turbo upgrades, but they also do the 203 thermostat, and that's what I reached out to order. I also got their billet housing, and if you don't know, when International Harvester, the people that made my beloved Scout, was still making the powerstroke, the 6.9, the 7.3 turbo. And when Ford sort of started taking over from that, they decided to put in a different temperature thermostat, like a 190 something. International's like, it'll be a 203. I'll put a link down below. I'm probably getting some of this wrong. And to be perfectly honest, I believe that my thermostat probably doesn't work. It needs to be replaced anyway. So I thought I would replace it with the 203. So if you're finding this video as like a really perfect before and after, I'm sorry, I probably don't have a working thermostat as we speak, but my engine has been very cold. My powerstroke struggles to make temperature, struggles to stay in temperature, and let's just dive on in. All right, guys, back out on the bus. Now, if you click the link below and you looked at a little bit of the research, or the reason you found it was through a forum or something, and you're now finding my video, there's a lot of things that are positive on the research, at least on their website, that shows the 203 is much better. Running at higher temperature allows for basically less friction loss with the oils. The oils get better lubricity and less friction. So you basically have an engine that just works easier. That can also translate to better miles per gallon. Now, I will say right now in the middle of winter, my tires are aired down to 40 PSI, which is quite low for the size of this truck. And I don't have any big trips planned. So just due to the snow and the ice and winter weather, I've got everything aired down. So we're going to have to wait to do kind of a mileage test. I've got a pretty good rough idea of what I was getting on some of the bigger trips that I've taken previously, but I'm going to have to get a trip planned, air up the tires, and see what kind of difference that we get out of this. But just so the engine works better at a better temperature, means you're going to get better mileage. And if you're, using a 7.3 turbo in a work truck or anything like that, so you're filling up your 30-gallon tank on a weekly basis, you can extrapolate out a better 1 mile per gallon to be a good savings. It's not uncommon for a lot of the customers, at least on their website, to get up to 2 to 4 miles per gallon, which can be easily almost $1,000 savings a year if you're using your 7.3 powerstroke in, kind of a work setting where you're just going through a lot of diesel. That's not necessarily my case. I'm just looking for better efficiency, more reliability, mileage, things like that down the road. Never hurts. So, all right, got the air box off. I did undo the top here of the belt just so I can get down, loosen the clamp a little bit, and we're just going to pry that hose off, see if we can't not make a mess in here. All right, got the old one out. This is a made in Germany. It says BTT on it. Not really sure what the actual make is. However, I don't know if you can see that gasket is blocking that piece there. So it was definitely in need of replacement. Alright, there's the old stamped housing. It came out pretty good. Doesn't look like it's completely destroyed. It's just dirty. But I'll be glad not to use any of this silicone and get a nice proper housing back in there. Alright, give you a look at the new housing. The bottom's got a nice interface with it, so I'm going to get a decent fit. Alright, you're going to go from a number 8 up to a 10 on the new hardware. So just be aware, a little bit longer threads for the increased housing, as well as just tolerance in getting that last bolt in there. So I put that one in first, and then that way you got a little bit more room for that 10 millimeter. All right, she's tightened down, using a small wrench, not over torquing anything. And we're gonna get the hose back on, top it off, and see if we have any leaks. Just idling in the driveway, I'm already showing a decent warm-up temperature. Today's currently mid 40s. That's a huge difference already. Well, good morning, guys. It's crazy cold. You can probably hear the shop heater going out right now. I'm about to go warm up the bus. It's 15 degrees out, or maybe 17 by now. It's 15 when I woke up. And kind of want to show you what it does when it's really cold out, how quickly it warms up with the new thermostat. We're going to turn into the mileage thing in part B. I just don't have any trips planned. I may just throw in a quick figure or something in the description below on what my mileage is running just around town. But as far as the thermostat video goes, I should have done this years ago. The product is easy, it's cheap. The housing worked phenomenal. I like the larger size bolts that they used in it. The gaskets worked. I had 0 leaks after I put it in. It was literally probably about a 15-minute project. You've probably seen, if you watched my channel previously, or if you're just finding this video online, I've been running I believe it's called a FIA screen guard, winter guard, for a very long time. And it's just to help build that temperature up. And everywhere I go, even in moderate summertime, it just seems like I have to put my foot in it in order to kick in the turbo to get down the road anywhere. And that is not the case. It is driving like a completely brand new truck just because of the thermostat. So although it would get up to temperature and play around in temperature in the summer and things like that, in the winter it rarely did. So now in 15-degree temperatures, you know, I can go out there and warm it up now, and I'll show you what that looks like. Probably see my breath again. It is a blistering 15 degrees out this morning. Just cycled the glow plugs. I'm going to let them sit for a second, and then we're going to do it again. The window's completely frozen over. We had kind of a mix of freezing rain turned into what was supposed to be less than an inch of snow, that turned into 6 to 8 inches of snow, that then melted and has refrozen. So it's kind of a mess out there. So I'm going to let some air out of the tires today and run some errands. We're going to get some videos done and go explore kind of a new area that I haven't been in a while. But this series is going to be part of my thermostat series again. And let's just see on our second cycle of the glow plugs and see if I can't warm this up enough to get the windows defrosted without having to get out and scrape. And we'll go from there. Let's just see how she starts. Glow plugs off. Batteries are a little low. And she worked. That wasn't too bad. So what time is it? 7:15 in the morning. And I'm going to come back in, say, 10 minutes. And let's see if she's defrosted. Alright, truth be told, it was 15 minutes, not 10 minutes. Window is totally defrosted. I'll spin you around here and show you what the heat gauge looks like. And yeah, the windows are totally clear. I think I still have some ducting issues because my air doesn't blow out very strongly. I know the fan motor is good. I replaced a bunch of the stuff, but I think there's some ducting work I may have to work inside the dash here, but let me spin you around. All right, that gives you a good look at the gauge there. We're basically at the bottom, but it is warmed up, pumping warm air after 15 minutes of warmed up in 15-degree weather. As you can see, if it'll adjust here, but windows are ice-free and liquidy, and we're good to go to hit the road. So 15 degrees, 10 to 15 minutes, it's already warmed up, defrosting the windows, and hands down, it just runs so much better. As I mentioned at the beginning, we're gonna do a separate sort of mileage video. I'll either do a part 2 or I'll update the information down below if you're finding this video, and we'll go from there. But don't wait. Even if you have an older thermostat, now I'm 100% sure my old thermostat probably wasn't working correctly anyway. And there's a lot of fluid in that bus because it has a complete return line to a heater that went to the rear of the bus. And so that is what I'm going to hook up for a hydronic heating unit, which is also going to plumb in for my hot water for the inside of the bus. But if you're finding this just for powerstroke curiosity, the 203, I love it. I don't have any experience with probably the regular 190 that actually works correctly, but so far we may have to do an update in the summertime when it creeps back up to triple-digit temperatures. We'll see what that does and what kind of cooling I can get with this thermostat. But for now, I wouldn't hesitate to try it at all. Well guys, I'm going to wrap this review up here. Stay tuned for sort of part 2 or some updates as we go. This is Wandering Beast. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you down the road.
Thanks for all the love and support. You guys are amazing. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow the adventure on social media, and we'll see you on the road.